Today on America's Court with Judge Ross.
Stop being a perv and listening in on me. That was your response?
That was my response.
Your Honor, he's called me the morality police, perv.
Because you're saying stop being a perv and listening in on me. How can you not hear that?
Exactly.
In my courtroom, it's about equity and fairness. Stop. Is that true? I don't want you to understand. I want you to overstand.
Yes, sir.
That's why they pay me the big bucks. Justice should be more than just some foreign concept. I actually want you to learn something. That's not gonna happen. Not up in here, not today. And boom goes the dynamite.
Fair, firm, compassionate. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. Evan Sanders claims his neighbor creates content for adult websites and says the obscene noises heard through the ceiling caused him financial and emotional harm.
All rise. Remain standing and come to order. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Kevin Ross presiding.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated.
Mr. Sanders is suing Trent Wallace in the amount of $10,000.
All parties been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Deputy Thomas. Mr. Sanders, you are not a happy camper because your use and enjoyment of your abode is being impacted by the behavior and workings of Mr. Wallace, from what I understand. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, so let's just get right into it. What is the deal here?
Well, it's kind of embarrassing and it's an awkward suit for me to bring forward, but my neighbor is making obscene and frustrating noises in the middle of the afternoon while I'm working out of my home.
And what type of work do you do?
I'm in a marketing company.
Do you do marketing sales? Or are you doing more promotions?
Marketing sales.
Okay, so you do marketing sales at home. And describe for me the living situation between you and Mr. Wallace.
I'm in a downstairs unit of a duplex.
All right, so there's a duplex. You're at the bottom, he's at the top.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Mr. Wallace, how long have you been at the residence, sir?
A little over a year.
And now, Mr. Wallace, you work from home, I understand, as well.
I do.
And let's get into what you do in terms of your employment.
So I create content for an adult website. It's like adult content creation.
And what sort of content are we talking?
Well, I will have...
Because when you say adult, I know what comes to mind for me.
If you're thinking 3X's, you're...
Okay, so you're in XXX content creator.
Adult entertainment, you could say.
And is the content involving sexual activities amongst consenting adults?
Yes, it's explicit.
And the content that we're talking about is essentially people engaged in sex?
Yes.
All right. Now, I could see how that would be a challenge because you're living above this gentleman.
That's true.
And you came in from day one with the understanding that this is the sort of content you were going to be creating for your employment, or did we evolve to this?
No, that's what I do, and when I moved here, that was the plan.
All right, so it's not like you're trying to hide it or pretend that you're not doing what it is you're doing.
No, I'm very proud of what I do, and it's my job.
And how long have you been engaged in this type of work, sir?
It's supporting me financially, probably for the last couple of years.
And are you also a part of the content?
I'm a part of the content.
This is a little distracting for you, I take it.
Your Honor, it's more than a little distracting. It's cost me financial hardships.
How so?
I can be having a Zoom meeting with clients.
Yes.
And they're asking me to turn down my TV because Mr. Wallace is upstairs performing his job. He's doing his sex acts.
I'm working.
Initially, I thought maybe there were people fighting, and then maybe a domestic kind of violence thing where maybe I need to report it. And then as I'm listening a little more...
So as you were hearing it, it sounded like people fighting?
Initially, the first episode, I thought there was some kind of disturbance above me, and then I realized, oh my.
Are we talking all times of the day or night? Are we talking during specific time frames?
Very much during specific time frames because...
What time frames are we?
Business hours.
Okay.
So
your business hours, well, see, some business people work at different shifts. Are you talking 9 to 5 traditional?
We try to utilize natural lighting as much as we can. Plus, I respect the 10-hour, quiet hours. So we don't do anything past 10 out of my respect for my neighbor.
You don't do anything past 10 p.m.?
Not work-wise.
All right, well, what time do you start?
It can fluctuate, sometimes in the morning, sometimes at noon. I guess the best way to understand it, it's like a 9 to 5, except in the sense that it just depends on how long it takes us to set up, to get done. It's like a production. It's like a set. So
I understand. The issue is not all of the setup and the people coming in and out. The issue is the actual content itself, because I take it it's very titillating.
Well, you
Fair?
said it. Yeah, that's
okay.
fair.
And so sometimes it's early in the morning, as early as 9. Sometimes it's as late as 10 in the evening. Are we talking Monday through Friday? Are we talking once or twice a week? Are we talking every day? What's the deal?
I would say, on average, probably 3 times a week.
3 times a week. Is that fair, Mr. Sanders?
Yes, it is. It's at least 3 times a week.
Coming up on America's Court.
Stop being a perv and listening in on me. That was your response?
That was my response.
Your Honor, he's called me the morality police, perv.
Because you're saying stop being a perv and listening in on me. How can you not hear that?
Exactly.
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. America's Court is back with the case of Evan Sanders, who is suing Trent Wallace for private nuisance.
Has there been any sort of conversation about how can we coexist?
Oh, yes. I've tried to be a good neighbor, and I understand he does need to provide for himself as much as I do. Unfortunately, I need to do my work during normal business hours.
And what do you consider normal business hours?
The 9 to 5.
All right. So your job, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Is that fair?
That's correct, yes.
Anything after 5 p.m., nights and weekends would be fair game for Mr. Wallace.
I would still hear it while I'm trying to sleep or watch TV or entertain friends, relatives.
Have you done anything to reduce the amount of noise that comes from his place to your place?
I've hung some tapestry and some plants because I understand that that's supposed to help absorb the sound, but it really doesn't.
If I may, Your Honor.
Yes.
I have gone out of my way to try and mitigate the sound because
By doing what?
I have purchased a big carpet on my floor since I'm the top, and it's to absorb the sound. I also bought a bunch of sound panels, which you usually use in like a home studio for music. And he says he can still hear it, but I invested $3,000 of my own money to do that, to try and be a good neighbor. And I think you use the buzzword coexist, which I don't think Mr. Sanders is capable of doing.
Well, let me ask you this: do you feel as though the sound is being amplified at all, or it's just the normal engagings of people involved in sexual activity, and if they're performing, they may be a little bit more lively in terms of the audio?
My feeling was that after I complained a few times that it actually got louder, like maybe he's proactively trying to irritate me and cause issues, maybe trying to run me out.
Okay.
I was able to make an audio recording that I brought to the court for evidence.
From your place, you were able to record sound from his place?
It was very easy, yes.
Very easy. All right. Have you heard this recording?
I mean, I was there. I don't know what he's recorded. I'm not sure which incident.
All right.
But
do we have it loaded up?
You really want to hear this?
Come on now.
All right, it's all set.
Let me see what we got here. It's that loud.
That's my afternoon, Your Honor.
Welcome to my world. Where does the $10,000 come from?
Well, like on the 28th, I had an important meeting. There was going to button up a deal, a marketing deal.
Yes.
And so I approached Mr. Wallace and said, hey, I got a big Zoom meeting coming up. It's important for me. Can you maybe tomorrow hold off until later in the evening? And he refused it. The meeting went somewhat well. I think we had this pretty much in the bag. And then I have an email from them, which I did bring with me. And
You want to see this?
the email from them states that, thank you for your time, but we don't believe you now fit with our company. And the fit is what I'm assuming is they're hearing the activity, thinking it's coming from my business.
See, here's the problem, or here's the issue. You can make that assumption. As a judge, I can't. I can't base rulings on my assumptions. I have to base it on facts. If you had an email that said, due to the sounds we heard while we were participating in this business meeting, we found those sounds to be offensive. Ergo, you are not a good fit, which means we're taking our business elsewhere. You don't have that here. It's just that they decided to pull out of the marketing campaign.
I understand.
So initially, they wanted to learn more about what you can do for them, and they wanted you to have a presentation ready, and then ultimately they decided to pass.
We made the presentation.
And it was $7,000 worth of services. And what's this email? You need to quiet down. I'm having important meetings. We all can hear your moaning and groaning. Stop being a perv and listening in on me. That was your response?
That was my response.
Your Honor, he's called me the morality police, perv.
Because you're saying stop being a perv and listening in on me. How can you not hear that?
Exactly.
And your whole goal is to be heard.
Well, not to be heard, but when we're performing. But like I said, we've put up
In other words,
soundproofing.
if you're in your apartment and you're going, oh, okay, yeah, come on, versus, oh, yeah, oh, let's go. I mean, there is a difference based on what you feel you can sell. The challenge here for me is the louder it is for you that you make money, the less money he makes. And so how do I balance out what's equitable when I'm dealing with two people who are trying to coexist and they're not respecting boundaries? Because your boundaries, as it relates to him, you're not respecting them. I got to tell you, I believe in live and let live. But if I had to coexist with that, oh, I would straight take you to court. Because it's like, I can't operate, I can't function, and I'm working from home.
But so am I, Your Honor. I'm a
understand
professional.
that.
That's my job.
But his job isn't impacting yours.
No, but his job he can do elsewhere. My job, I have to be in my own home. And he's called the cops on me and our landlord.
So let's talk about that.
And nothing happened.
Coming up on America's Court.
What did the landlord say?
Landlord said there's nothing they can do.
Because on the one hand, I know you all are in Oakland, and Oakland passed a law about 10 years ago saying owners of property must evict sex workers. This is technically sex work.
This is America's Court with Judge Ross. America's Court is back with the case of Evan Sanders, who is suing Trent Wallace for private nuisance.
You called the landlord. What did the landlord say?
Landlord said there's nothing they can do.
Okay. Because on the one hand, I know you all are in Oakland, and Oakland passed a law about 10 years ago saying that owners of property must evict sex workers. This is technically sex work. The problem is, in California, it's not illegal to film pornography. So even though you're engaging in the same act, pornography and prostitution are considered two different things. So I can see the landlord saying, okay, well, if he were just a pimp and there was just people exchanging sex for money, I could evict him, but because he's filming pornography, it doesn't really apply here. But we have what's called a private nuisance. And the question is, and I want to spend some time talking about this, because there's several elements that I have to consider. And before I go into that, did you try to get another alternative in terms of a place that you could go elsewhere?
I did. I am renting an office right now where I do my Zoom meetings.
And do you have proof of the cost for that rental?
Yes, Your Honor, there is a receipt with the evidence.
For 6 months, you are paying $3,000 at $500 a month.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay.
Coming up on America's Court.
If I were to take the average person listening to what I heard, would the average person be like, okay, this is annoying as hell? Objectively, I would conclude yes. Mr. Sanders didn't consent to this. This is America's Court with Judge Ross.
America's Court is back with the case of Evan Sanders, who is suing Trent Wallace for private nuisance.
Let's talk about this private nuisance. So one, we have a situation where the plaintiff is in control of the property. That's his place, the bottom part of the duplex. Did the defendant create the condition? Well, that would be you. Yes, by engaging in your line of work. Is there a situation where the use and enjoyment of the other party is being impacted by the situation the defendant caused? I would argue yes. So we got that. Would it be considered harmful to one's health? Well, it could cause you stress, loss of sleep, anxiety, potential financial devastation, because if I can't work from home, or in the meantime, I'm working out of somewhere else, so that's costing me even more money when I could just work from home. So we've got that met. Then we have, does the condition substantially interfere with the plaintiff? Yes, it does. How could it not? Is it reasonably annoying? If I were to take the average person listening to what I heard, would the average person be like, okay, this is annoying as hell? Objectively, I would conclude yes. Mr. Sanders didn't consent to this. This has been forced upon him. He's called the police, he's reached out to the landlord, he's demonstrated dates and times when he is being interrupted. It is causing harm. The conduct is a substantial factor in the harm.
Judge Ross's verdict when America's Court returns. This is America's Court with Judge Ross.
Does the harm he experiences, is it substantially outweighed by your conduct? Based on the evidence and the testimony before this court, I believe the harm he's experiencing is outweighed by yours. So judgment will be in favor of the plaintiff. Now he's asking for $10,000. Are you getting $10,000? That's not gonna happen. Not up in here, not today.
I understand, Your Honor.
But you have proven that you have sustained damages as it relates to having to go someplace else to rent in order to get your job done. And that amount is $3,000. So my argument would be you are entitled to that $3,000 if you need to come back, if you need to then sue the owner in subsequent scenarios, or it may just be time for you to move. But I don't think it's reasonable that you have to put up with that. And in this court's eye, justice is well served by you receiving $3,000. That is your judgment. Case closed.
Judge Ross has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $3,000.
I'm sorry I came to this. If I would have got the $10,000, I would have probably moved. Hopefully, we can get along.
I hope so too, but $3,000 is a lot of money, so I'm just gonna have to work a little bit harder.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.